Okay, we are, what are we, 3-4 weeks into our break here? Like it's almost like our break's almost over.
Seems like 2 days.
I know. So, NPK Nova is back. We've actually had a bunch of people ask lately if we have a picture of both of the Novas together. Yes, they're both here right now. Both do not have a transmission in them. We just got the NPK car back from being rewired. Took it out to Michael Bunton to Savannah, not Atlanta, Georgia.
Yep.
Had it all completely rewired, tired of it dying, couldn't figure it out. So start fresh. All new everything. Not one single wire left over from before. And today we're gonna go test it, make sure it works. But before that, make a little converter change here.
Yes.
Got some super top secret double throwdown.
That wasn't gonna work.
Oh, the hammer wasn't it?
No, I better go get a hammer.
Oh, a hammer. So, going to the stator that's in here, we've ran all season. But, you know, when you're testing, you try new things. So we're gonna try something a little bit different here. And
We've talked about stators for years, and we've talked about on not so great surfaces, looser stators work better. And that's what we're gonna try. We feel like we could go faster if you don't have to worry about the stator being tight and trying to kick the tire off all the time.
yes,
So, I know that we say it a lot and we joke and we always say no prep. The tracks are still decent that we're on. This one literally
they just
has
haven't been
no-
prepared.
This one literally has no provisions to.
Oh, there's notches.
I didn't see any.
There's one right here.
Maybe that was one that I was just in. Ugh. Should have turned this thing over.
Oh man, you're making a mess.
Yeah, it's okay. That's what this table's for. Yeah, so anybody sees this hole right here, these tables from bin pack, that's what they're for. Transmissions, I guess.
Transmissions and
Or
things, whatever you need to take apart and drain at the same time.
Yes.
There's a lot of magic in there. I don't understand none of it.
Yeah, I don't need to though, luckily.
Yep. So they actually seen us at the last race. We actually just had this converter apart and changed these bearings after 22 passes, or 15 if you're watching, Mark. So these only have 4 passes on them. The 4 passes we made in New Hampshire. So they should still be good. We're just gonna change the stator today.
That's it.
Fluid looks good.
Yeah, doesn't even smell that bad. I mean,
You know,
no worse than what it smells going in.
you're right. It smells pre-burnt coming out of the bottle.
It does.
It's good stuff though.
I have to pull this out, and so I was going through all the converters that we had while we were doing the OG car the other day, and I started realizing, let me make sure before I talk shit. Yes, so these are spragless. The converter that we ran in the turbo car had a sprag. Not real sure what the difference is between, I know what the difference is between the two, but I'm not sure why you would run one in one application and not another.
Right.
So the 2 converters that went back with the transmission of the OG back to Mark Mickey was, one was sprag and one was spragless.
Are they both going to be spragless when they come back?
I would imagine.
Probably.
Nah, we probably don't need 2. I don't know. So I have to pull this sprag out and then put it in this
Oh man! Oh no, it was the chance converters that were hard to do. These are easy.
I haven't had any of these out, I don't think, so I need a pick. So we're gonna loosen it up and we're gonna go. Basically what we're gonna do today is we're gonna let go of the button. We're gonna do a burnout. Well, first off, we're gonna try to do a burnout.
First things first.
First things first.
I mean, this
do a burnout.
thing wouldn't even do a burnout. Like we literally went through E1 with no burnout.
Yeah.
And won.
E2, whenever we lost to,
Giuseppe's the guy that won.
Who actually won the race. Man, we did a little burnout.
Yep.
You know, which
just trying to make it through.
yeah.
And then that bitch died when you put it in the top beams. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, so was I in the car. and it's amazing what you get used to in such a short amount of time. Like that last time putting it in the beams against Giuseppe, even though the car died.
Yeah.
And then I had to rev it up and then snatch the two-step just to not push through the beams.
Yep.
I felt like I wasn't rattled at all,
Yep.
you know, but I do feel like it made me, I didn't cut the light I wanted to against him, you know, which that could have had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? I maybe just got treed, which I think we left really close to the same.
Yes.
And when I say I didn't cut the light that I wanted to, I didn't leave before him.
Correct. And man, what's crazy about this year is
You got to.
you have to do everything right. Like you're not going to be late on the light and run someone down, or you're not going to tree someone and then stay out in front of them. You know what I mean? Like everything has to be right this year because everybody is freaking fast.
Yes. Okay, so get your good eyes over here.
Okay. What are we looking at?
Is this writings?
No, the writing's right there.
Okay. I thought, what is that other stuff? 1833. Is that what we knew this was?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's
Just checking. Okay.
So what is our thinking here? Looser, we're trying to get gone faster because we're going to slow down a little out the back, right? Or not necessarily?
Not necessarily. This is supposed to be looser early to where we can apply more power without upsetting the tire.
Oh, perfect.
Basically, that's what we need.
Yeah.
We're right now. We're not out 60 foot in all these cars, and we should be.
And that was like our whole reason for going Pro Charger, or at least 90% of it.
Yes. But that's probably their reason for going Pro Charger too, all these people that were racing.
Yes. Ooh, that's not straight.
Huh? It does not look straight. I'm gonna start over.
There you go. If you beat that deal out.
That might be as straight as it's gonna get. Where's a rubber? Where's a rubber mallet?
Yeah, I don't know.
Should just roll this car over to a toolbox.
Oh man. It's been a short break.
Yes, and we haven't. Just you're going one way, I'm going another way. We just haven't had much of a chance to film.
It's just, and it's not that we don't want to film. Like I love YouTube stuff. You love YouTube stuff. But man, the necessity for us to be in different places to make everything happen is pretty wild. This is only video tricks, Mark. Don't worry. Oh, there it is. Thanks, Coach.
Oh, thanks, Coach. So, yes. So while you were gone getting the OG or the NPK car, we went out and we messed with. We've been working on the wagon.
Yes.
Trying to get the wagon going, and we actually painted the whole underside of it yesterday, and it looks killer. And so we need to probably. Are we doing updates on that?
We've got an update that we can probably go out there and look at that maybe tomorrow and finish that video.
Okay, and then we've got another video coming out that we haven't actually done yet, but we're doing Friday, correct?
Yes, Friday we can be there at 10.
We go. Oh, good. That'll get us home by 2-ish. Okay. We're gonna go to Ramjack. Huh? Yeah, you good?
No, you're right. Sorry.
Other than that, we ordered a new transmission for the OG. It was not happy. There's a reason that we didn't run as good as what we wanted to at Outlaw Armageddon. And I know there's always a reason, guys.
Well, there is. You call it a
win. Why you know win Murder Nova?
That's one of my favorites.
So there's always a reason, and I still don't think that it's not like we did shit. You know, we did okay. I mean, we got a tough draw first round, and we got by him, man. I mean,
say what you want about Varney, man. His shit rolls on a small tire. Say what you want about
Varney. He is fast, and he wins a lot of races.
Yep.
You know, and not to mention, we ran pretty damn close with Brent Self.
Yes.
And I saw a whole lot of people saying, "Oh, you can't even beat Brent Self."
What do you mean can't even
what are you
beat?
talking about?
He's one of the baddest dudes on 28.
One of the baddest dudes on 28, you know, and, you know, for us to run next to him, I was stoked, you know, especially once we took the car to the track, 3 days after Outlaw Armageddon?
Oh, shit, like a day. Like we got home Sunday and went to the track Monday.
Oh, God.
It was so
What's
hot.
Wrong with us?
We're stupid. We're stupid, that's what.
Because the plan is, guys, to get the car on keel, and then it just sit here and be ready.
Yeah, small tire car.
I would like to do some small tire stuff, you know. And by the way, speaking of small tire stuff, congratulations, Bobby Ducote, man.
Oh yeah, took it down there to pad.
You know, that's cool. That's cool. So, which, you know, we know that car hauls ass.
Oh yeah.
So the plan is to get the car right, make it happy, and it can set on kill until we're ready.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to test it, and something was not happy, and we don't know what changed between here and Australia. Now we've got this box.
Except for the tracks were more forgiving because they were in better shape. So the car didn't necessarily have to be, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but even with that, you know, we ran okay at Outlaw Armageddon. We put together some decent passes for us to outrun Varney.
Yeah.
Varney didn't run slower than a 480.
No.
Just to throw that out there. And first round, with as hot as what it was out there on that surface,
just blistering.
For us to outrun him, we did well.
For sure.
You know. Then we go to the track, we test, and we can't even run what we ran at Outlaw Armageddon.
Yeah, but
you know. I get that. But nothing was happy.
No, it wasn't.
So we start looking at the data, and bear in mind, guys, Steve Petty is there. Steve Petty and Brandon are both there.
Just getting yelled at. PTSD.
Yeah. So with them being there, looking at our data and everything, we make a run. Car decides it's going to shut off 3 passes.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, 3 passes in a row, the car shuts off at the same spot, you know, the same exact spot in every run. And everybody who says you can't run Hoosiers on a good track because the tires shake, they waffle a little bit.
Yeah.
But look, Ryan made it to the finals of Outlaw Armageddon on a Hoosier.
Yep.
So we start looking at the data, and something has happened, and the engine RPM is 800 RPM lower than what it was in Australia. We didn't change that much stuff.
Yeah.
So Petty says, okay, this pass, I'm gonna turn the dump on and leave it on the whole pass.
He said, I'm gonna cut it on.
I'm gonna cut it on. I'm gonna cut the dump on and leave it on the whole pass. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, cut that motherfucker on, Steve.
Nothing changed.
Yeah.
So he looked, and I do believe, and when Steve's there, I'm gonna be honest, I don't look at a whole lot of data.
No reason to.
No, there's not. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
What am I gonna find?
You gonna correct Steve Petty?
I'm gonna find something.
Even if you do, you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He'll tell you why he did that.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, this is wrong. Shut up.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Go let go of the button.
Yep. So, so he cuts the dump on. Nothing. It didn't change anything. Everything was exactly the same. I look through the data, and you can see that it actually cut the dump on because the transmission pressures changed. Nothing changed. So, but I did pull the converters apart whenever I got home, and even though they're alien to me, I looked at them. I didn't see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But it's got to be the transmission.
I think it's the transmission. I think we got some premature pump wear or something whenever the bell tried to fall off of the transmission in California.
Well, and not to mention, I'm sure it's not the greatest thing ever on it to leave in first, and as soon as you leave, you shift it.
Yep.
Because that messes with all your fluids too.
Yes.
You know, so what we do with this car, guys, a lot of small tire guys run 2 speeds. Well, we didn't have a 2-speed.
Nope.
We had a 3-speed.
We made a 2-speed.
Didn't leave in second. So
Sean didn't spring for the $200 option to leave in second.
I guess not. I guess I didn't. So what we did was we told the thing, as soon as I let go of the button, let's just throw this out there. We're leaving at 4,000 RPM. We told it to shift the 1-2 at 3850. So I'm on the 2-step. I leave at 4 grand. As soon as I let go of the button, it already knows it's past 3850. Yep. So kunk, kunk, it shifts second.
Yep.
So instead of doing that, we sent the transmission to get freshened up, and then it will be a spare for the NPK car, which is weird. I don't know. Obviously, spares are different.
Yeah.
And then we ordered a 2-speed.
Not a power glide.
A 2-speed turbo glide.
There you go.
It's
basically a 400 with no first gear.
400 with no first gear. So.
Well, it's a power glide. No.
It is not a power glide. Totally different.
So that is where we are at this point in time. NPK car, as soon as he gets done with that, converter goes back into transmission. We'll throw it back up in here and then head to Tulsa. Just kind of doing a little maintenance here before we go, making sure the 140 Pro Charger is good to go. Just kind of going over everything, make sure everything's going to work when we get there. Clean her up a little bit, throw it in a box, head to Tulsa. Did your wing make you feel more stable going down track? We never really got that. No? Okay.
Looks good.
It looks good. It looks great. So yeah.
Let's torque this.
Yeah.
And then, now you don't ever torque them?
I mean, if I have you there with me, I do.
Okay, let's torque them.
Okay.
Hey, because they wasn't all the same.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe that.
The gun wouldn't get, I don't know, 5 of them off probably. So I had to get the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 5 of them were tight.
So you mentioned transmissions out of the OG, waiting on its new 2-speed. Cleaned up a little bit on it. The fuel pipe has been a problem, or it's been going to be a problem for a while. So it comes under here. This is the outlet from the fuel tank. Comes under here, and it actually rubbed on this bolt right here on the Pro Charger. And these Pro Chargers, everything rattles around a lot. So it was getting into that pipe. Knew it was going to be a problem eventually. Luckily, we made it through Armageddon. We got the car back. I pulled the blower off to service it, and there was a hole in that pipe. So it made its last pass. So we ordered a bunch of stuff from Race Part Solutions, and Monkey is going to weld us something up here and make us not have any more issues with that. So trying to think how many passes on this thing since we freshened it. Probably, I think there's 10 now since we freshened it in Australia. Everything seems good still. So
with that being said, I've come over here, you put my good eyes on this deal. What do you think? 23?
Yeah.
With that being said, today isn't really about going out there and setting, the world on fire. Hopefully we do, but we're not going to make that many passes. I don't want to make more than 4 or 5.
We've got 26 passes on the MH7. 2 passes on the bearings because we did change the bearings after our second test pass in wherever we were, New Hampshire, because the secondary injector shut off about 250, 300 foot.
And smashed some of the bearings.
Most of them look good, but it was starting to smash.
A couple of them were smashed. And you can tell fairly simple whenever you're changing the rods. You pull the rod cap off, and the top rod bearing slides around and will fall off.
Because all those explosions that are going on inside the combustion chamber are literally trying to send that rod down through
Yes.
the crankshaft. So the top one is the one that gets beat up the most.
So other than that, you know, the couple of smashed ones, it didn't look that bad.
No.
But we're at a point right now where we need to change the rods before they change themselves.
Yes.
And not that I'm not 100% sure that the problem is fixed that we had. I don't want to let go of the button on a brand new set of rod bearings and rods and do the same thing that it was doing. And then take a chance of smashing a bearing before we put 30 to 35 passes on it.
Yes.
I mean, it'd be bad on the first couple of passes to do that, because then we'd be changing rods again pretty soon.
Yes.
And at this point, if we don't detonate it, we don't have to.
Correct.
It's not that it sucks, and it's not that I even mind it.
It wasn't even that bad when we did it in Australia.
Well, I'm talking about just sliding new bearings.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't
And
bad.
it's not that it's bad, and I don't actually mind doing it. You know, I'm a mechanical guy, and so I don't mind sliding bearings and shit. But if you don't have to do it,
Right. Like it's not like we would have done it just because if that shit hadn't happened.
yes. Well, and if I don't have to think about it while I'm doing a burnout that I just put rod bearings in this deal,
Yeah.
then, you know, whatever. So just like, so when we get home, hopefully everything goes good with testing. See how there's no feet on this one? Mm-hmm. When we get home from testing, we will pull this thing apart and we'll video the whole thing of us doing. And honestly, I see guys do this by themselves all the time. This is a two-man job, in my
That
opinion.
definitely makes it easier.
I mean, sliding the piston in up top and then not having anybody underneath you can turn the crank to where you don't have to, and then once you get the rings into the cylinder wall, then you can push it in, but man, it's so much better if you got somebody.
Yep.
Here we go. Good.
This.